Hello again, and welcome to episode 9. So, as you may have read from the description of episode 6... episode 7. This is episode 7, not 9. I have no idea where I am right now. So, may have read the description from episode 6. I figured out what I was doing wrong with the auto crafters. Apparently, you just need to, just whack them. Like shift right click them with a screwdriver to switch their mode. I thought I did that last episode, but apparently I didn't, so, lesson learned. So, I am now automatically crafting the leaves here, as you can see, and now turning them all into sludge. Leaves get you 2 sludge per leaf block instead of just 1, so a lot more resource efficient, and I'm using pneumatic item pumps, again, from Rotary Craft, to transport them all. They're actually really quick to transport, even with just a DC engine, because they transfer 1 item per tick per kilowatt of energy. Since this is just 1 kilowatt, they only transfer, but that's still 20 items a second, really quick. And you only need to power the beginning block here, which is, sucking the items out. So we can close this end up, and we can set up our pneumatic item pumps for this one. Thankfully, this one will be able to go a bit more underground, so it'll be a bit more presentable. Now, it used to be, I'm not sure if this is, I'm not sure if this was a recent change or not, but it used to be you couldn't chain them, like, you couldn't have them go up and around and all that. They could only go in straight lines. I'm not sure if that, again, if that's like a recent change or what, but, for me, that works. That works a lot. So, we're gonna rotate this with a screwdriver. And, again, now, you'll notice that they're forming one full thing when they, turn all white along the edges. So, we're going to... Yes, okay, good. We're just gonna plonk them down there. Make sure this is pointing the right way. Yeah, we can afford to put one that is facing up. One that's facing this way. This one will be facing up. There we go. This one will be facing not up, but that way. And this one will be going that way, right into the fermenter, so we can keep it supplied with dirt. Now then, once we get that out of the way, we get our DC engine, which thankfully we got a lever going there, so all we need to do is rotate it properly, and we should see got dirt in there. Alright, now occasionally I will need to clean this chest out because it'll get full of like other essences and whatnot, but other than that, it's not going to be a huge issue. So they're not going to be a massive problem, and I misplaced that again. I'm an idiot. So we can kind of seal all this up, make it look nice. And we've got all our auto crafting with Rotary Craft and automatic transport. Now, second thing we're going to need is, you might have guessed it, some sugarcane. How will we transport this? Well, again, multiple ways to do it. Or rather, not transport, but auto farm. Magical Crops adds its own sugarcane seeds, so you can harvest them like regular crops. I'm not exactly sure how you craft that. Let's see here. Like this. No. Huh. As you can see, there's no recipe for that. It might have been disabled, I don't know. But not much of an issue. All we'll really need, some cane, water, And I know it'll grow on dirt, but whatever, let's just put it on some sand. So, once we've got all of our sugar cane set up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll do it in sets of 4. So that's 2, and that's 3, and this, let's get that out of the way, yeah. And there we go. So, there's probably going to be a more efficient way to do this, honestly, but hell if I can find it. Or hell if I care. So, got all that set up. We're gonna grab these ores down here. Partly to just kind of make it pretty, and partly to, you know, get what they got. Replace the sand I moved. 2, 3, and 4. And right, there we go. Alright, now anything gonna spawn in here? No, excellent. It's exactly what we want to hear. Ugh, excuse me, my fingers are a little, as you might have guessed, my fingers are a little derpy sometimes. So, we do our thing with the water. And hip, hip, and herp, and derp. And boing, 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 hip, hip. And we plant our cane. Just like so. Now then, might be wondering, how are we going to auto-farm this stuff? That's a very good question. You know, I probably should have figured that out before I started this. So, and I've been making a lot of coal coke, because why the hell not? Anywho, so let me figure that out and I'll get right back to you. Alrighty, we're back. You know, I think I'm going to use applied energistics for this. It's going to be a bit weird, but I, again, have a plan. Basically, this plan consists of expanding what I've got with my thing here, with my mechanism. I am going to need a few things. I'm going to need an electrolytic separator, which, as we can see, not terribly expensive, but, you know, still a bit of a pain to set up. So we'll plop this in there, and this, as you might see, is why I have these dusts in here. I also have some tin dust in there so I can make bronze when I need it. So, while that's cooking up, let's see here, I need that. We'll get those prepared. Actually, instead of that, I'm gonna need another aqueous accumulator. So we're gonna need a gear for tin and 2 copper gears, pneumatic servo. Thankfully, when I was making water seeds, I made a bunch of buckets, so I don't have to worry about that too terrible much. Then we've got our aqueous accumulator. Get our water. Let's do that. Just so I have all this, you know, right in my head, I'm going to, you know, make all this crap first, so I don't have to worry about it. You know, I wish I effing remembered this crap. Electrolytic separator, there we go. So, we're going to need to make an electrolytic core. And then the separator. You can also use this to get hydrogen to power a gas-burning generator, which actually sounds like a good idea. Actually, no. I don't really need to. Not really necessary. What is necessary, however, is a purification chamber, which of course we'll need advanced circuits from mechanism, which means we'll need 6 plus... Okay, so we'll need a total of 10 alloy. 2 circuits. So while I'm getting my iron, we'll cook those up. Iron. We got our iron ready. That's cooking up. We'll check all this. Let's see here. Just to get this straight in my head. Purification. Okay, purification makes clumps, which will be greatly useful in the days to come to triple ores. Although technically we're already doing that, but I'll still place it, you know, with the crusher in mind. So we're gonna need universal cable for power. And the reason we're doing this is so we can get the pure crystals and all that a bit more quickly and with less pain. So we are going to have our purification chamber here, which means we're going to need to dig down a little bit. To place our aqueous accumulator and our electrolytic separator, which are going to be 1 block offset. So dig that there. And let's see here. This means our aqueous accumulator should be going here with the separator here. It's going to need power. So aqueous accumulator here. You can also use the electrolytic separator to get things like brine and whatnot for the, to make, or to quadruple your ores later. So we've got that set up. Gonna need to get my cables back out, because like an idiot I just kind of left them in the system. So now that we're producing that oxygen, we can dump the hydrogen. And we'll need, let's see, the purification chamber. There we go. Alright then, now we can make our advanced circuits. And let's see, our purification chamber. We'll need an enrichment chamber, which means we'll need 2 more circuits, a steel casing. Osmium, 2 more of that. Circuits, steel casing, purification chamber, that. We should have the rest. And while we're getting that, we'll go get some more water. Boing. There we go. And we got those separated. Got that. Boing, enrichment chamber. There we go. We've got the enrichment chamber. We should have everything we need to make a purification chamber. Excellent. I'm going to need pressurized tubes. I believe they're called. Yes. Pressurized tubes, which require steel and glass. Any kind of steel, any kind of glass. I'm going to make a little bit of this. Put our purification chamber here. As you can see, this thing's making plenty of oxygen. And it should... We need to flip this thing around. And do I have a wrench? I do not have a wrench. I will make a wrench. Why I have not made a wrench, I do not know, but, you know, there you go. So we got that. And any kind of wrench will do, which is why I'm making the Buildcraft one. So we get this. Boing, boing, boing. Oh. What the hell? Maybe it doesn't like the gas thing being there. Let's see, here we got our separator. What the hell? Why you no go? Let's get ourselves a little bit of space over here so we can walk it like this. Dump the hydrogen. And now we should be getting oxygen. There we go. Purification chamber needs oxygen to work. So now we've got that. We can seal all this up. Hopefully we're not eating too terribly much into our system. So we're going to store that. Don't think I'll need the levers right now. Give me just a second and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I have decided to go ahead and make the crusher now, since I'm going to need that to kind of grind things up. So I'm going to go nick some lava real fast, while other things are running, getting more sugar and all that. I'll probably be running the sugar grinder off of one of the gasoline engines. And that's a fallen knight. He sounds like a rather unpleasant chap, so I'll be going this way. I couldn't sleep because there was somebody next to my bed. I don't know who it was, and that's a creeper. So I'm going to be getting the hell out of here. Boing. Hate when that happens. And you're probably wondering why I'm going so far afield. It's because I need lava to make the crusher. I need lava buckets. Holy crap. Running as fast as my little feet can take me. Hello, pig. Boing, 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 boing. Running as fast as my terrified legs can take me. Thankfully, I happen to know where a small lava pool is, so I don't have to go searching very far. And now we just go back home. As you can see, I marked the dungeon tower as well. So, you know, if I need anything, I can go back there and maybe find a few things that I might have missed or something like that. I don't think I missed anything, but there you go. And you're probably wondering what this crap is. That, I believe, is liquid essence from Ars Magica. Not particularly useful to us right now, considering I don't plan on going into AM, but, you know, just in case you're wondering. And you've probably seen the Pedal Apothecary in my place. Yes, I do plan on getting into Botania at some point, but that will probably be a little while later. And we're back home! Hooray! Let's get back inside before all the scary things decide they want to kill me. There we go. We've got our lava. Store that. Get that. Hooray! Crusher. Yeah, what? Ah, lag. And that's right, I put a regular cover on this. Yeah, there we go. Boing, boing. We'll need a hollow cover. And this is going to be awkward to place, isn't it? Yep. So we're just going to make it not awkward. I hope that works. Yep, okay, it leads in. Excellent. So we'll just get a piece of cobble. Put that there. We're going to check on our coke. All our coal coke is now made. Good. So, get us a stack of sand. As you can see, made a bunch more steel. Figured might want to need it. So, got that stored. Now we've got our crusher, we got a purification chamber, we got oxygen supplies. Now, probably wondering what I'm wanting to make. Well, an annihilation plane. and quite a few of them, and annihilation cores. So we're going to need some Fluix crystals, which we need to drop 1 charged Certus, 1 nether, and 1 redstone. So should have, yep, I got 8 charged, or is that 3? Okay, that's 8 charged. So we're going to need 8 Certus, and some redstone, and I got a pool of water right next to my bed. Handy. And we just throw this in and give it a little bit. And we've got our Fluix crystals, which we can then crush down. We'll combine with sand to double our yield. Like so. And how are we going to double it without having a pain in the ass to deal with? That's why I built this. Because I mind tweaked a few things, and I figured, you know, oxygen supply, sufficient progress to, you know, getting easier things. And since this thing is probably gonna need a controller, let's see here, where are you, you beautiful little thing? Tank controller, blah blah blah, ME controller. As you can see, that actually does need pure Fluix, so glad I prepped. And we're gonna need to melt down Skystone, which we can get, as you might have guessed, from the purification chamber. So now that we've got these, we'll wait for that one to craft. Get our dust. There we go. And I'll probably be making some speed upgrades between episodes just to kind of make things more efficient. Although I'll probably want to upgrade my power supply before doing that, because it does tend to take up quite a bit of power. Like, even with both upgrades for speed and energy efficiency, it takes 200, or each machine, you know, requires 200 RF a tick. Which, as you might guess, a little bit much. So we got our Skystone here, gonna need to burn that. We'll just kind of pop this in here, put the tin flakes back in here, because, you know, who cares? Because we need our Skystone blocks. Now then, how are we gonna make this? You know, I really should keep better track of things. So, there we go, controller. Okay, Fluix. And let's see, I should have knife. And we've got a knife. And we have no silicon. So we're gonna crush some of this down. Put the rest of this in here to melt. Put our Skystone in there, put our sugar in there. And we'll keep some of the Fluix dust around because we will need it later on. Now that we got that. No, not enrichment, you idiot. Nothing there. Lead. Not all that important. Not quite as important as what we're doing right now. Silicon, there we go. There is a bit of a bug, unfortunately. I'm not sure if that's a mind tweaker bug or what, but yeah, slightly annoying. We're gonna need to burn that. that in there, sort that, at that, boing, there we go, okay. And then we're going to store our pure fluids in there. And we got our engineering processor. And a controller block. Hooray! Why you no store? Oh well, whatever. I've got plenty of them. So you may be wondering why I'm building a controller. Well, because I am gonna need quite a few channels for all this. In fact, I'm going to need, let's see here, I'm going to need 16 channels total, plus one for the storage, which I'll probably just use like a regular chest or something for. Actually, I may use a barrel. That would probably get me more. So, we got our controller here. Actually, we'll put this into the ground. But how are we going to power supply it? That's the question. That's actually a bit of a problem. Because I can't put a wind generator down there. Even then, it wouldn't generate crap for power. It's a bit of a problem. Well, I guess I could just kind of make a bunch of cable, universal cable. It's not like I'm really hurting for steel or anything. Besides which, I'll probably need to make a bit more. Anywho. So, you know. Not a catastrophic thing. So we're going to go down here. Boing. And let's see here. This is where we're going to need the... I think it's this key. There we go. Cable here. And that's an ouch. Because of the effing stuff. Of course it would go that way. Why wouldn't it? Oh wait. And recovered. Okay. Hopefully I can do this without having to rearrange things. Because I hate having to do that. Because we can send it a block or two down. Don't think it'll matter all that much. We can't do that, so let's do this. There we go. So we can move about. That's fire. That is also fire. And that's where the cable needs to come out. So we'll dig straight down here. And close enough. So we'll jump up, boing, 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 and kind of cobblestone this. Oh, whatever. And boing. I got that sealed up. We're gonna need to put this here. This is where the energy acceptor will go. Come on, break, damn you. It's one thing I hate about Galacticraft. Its ores are so difficult to break. Alright, so we've got our cable going there. We're going to boing, and just kind of bunny hop up. I'm gonna seal this all back up. Put that there. It doesn't need to be, you know, award-winningly pretty. It just needs to work. There we go. And all squared away. Hooray. So... boing, boing. Need our saw. Is remade from sapphires. There we go. Need a hollow cover just because. So we can put it here. And put our regular covers here. And thankfully I built this entire room out of cobble anyway, so it doesn't look as bad with the cobble covers as it does upstairs. So, now that we got that squared away, I'll be back in just a second. There we go, apologies for that, had to answer a call of nature. So, now we're going to need to build ourselves an energy acceptor. Hopefully our wind farm should be able to handle all this. If not, well, it shouldn't be too much. Damn it. Shouldn't be too much of a pain to expand it. So we got our quartz glass that we need for it. We should have everything else. And bam! Energy acceptor. Great. So, get ourselves some more cabling. Boing. We go downstairs. Plonk down our acceptor. And there we go. And online. Excellent. So, boing. Go back up. Tart it up a little. Or rather, tidy it up a little. Because it is a little bit ugly. And, you know, exposed cables and whatnot. And there we go. All built up. Now, big thing we're going to need is a bit of dense cabling. Why dense? Because dense can handle the maximum amount of channels per, you know, it can handle a maximum amount of channels, which we're gonna want. So we're gonna need covered cables, which means we're gonna need wool. Let's see here, we're gonna need 4 covered cables. Of course we're gonna need more quartz. Probably could have done that in a less stupid way, but who cares? So we're gonna crush down our quartz. We're gonna get more glass, obviously. That is also something I will probably automate, just to save myself, you know, another headache. And yeah, I'm using coal for it, just so I can process things in a batch. So you got another quartz. I'm gonna need, yeah, I should have lots of straw. Yeah. 6, 7, 8. Let's get 16 blocks of wool. That should work. And we've only got a few pieces of cable, so obviously, you know, we're gonna need more. Quite a bit more. We've only got 13, and each one requires 4 cable. So, 4, 8, and that is 2 dense cables. Ugh. There we go. Let's chow down. And let's go downstairs, where we shall place our cabling. How am I going to do this? Probably need a bit more of that. Yeah. Glass. Glass, 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 glass. Who cares? Whatever. Glass. We're gonna get our glass. Gonna get our quartz. Fiber. And we need more flux crystals, obviously. So we're gonna get 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 more. Which will give us 2 more dense cable. Oh god, this stuff's expensive. And actually, yeah, that'll work. You don't need to do that. We can just do bam, bam, bam. We'll just need 2 more bits of cable, which means we'll need more wool and all that. So I'm gonna go collect a few things, and I'll be right back. There we go. That took long enough. Found some sheep and all that good stuff. And we've got our dense cables. I've got some other crap processing upstairs. And let's see here. And the rest of my glass is done. Excellent. So, while we get all that squared away, how much cable are we left with? Not very much. So, we're going to get our quartz dust. Get our quartz fiber. And our pure flux crystals. And make some more glass cables. Glass cables can only support 4 channels per, or not 4, but 8 channels per block, or per line rather. So actually, since those are micro parts now, I should be able to. Yeah. Actually, wait a minute. I did this stupidly. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Excuse me. You don't need it like this. That would have saved me a lot of friggin' headaches. Ugh. I'll just connect it like this. Bam! Done! I wish I could decraft you. Save me some friggin' crap. Righto! Now then. Got some more flux, some more quartz, blah blah blah. So, we need some annihilation coals. Which means we're gonna need some logic processors. So, yeah. Okay. Again, I don't know why it does that. Like, seriously, I do not know why. Asshole. Let's see here. I'm gonna melt some more of this. I'll wait for that last mercury flake to finish. Bam, 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 bam. I'll store all this and their aluminium flakes. And we can just craft this. Bam! Straight into quicksilver. No muss, no fuss. Got our nether quartz. Sorted. I think we'll probably need is more flux. So, yes, I remember now. I remember something I enabled. Let's get that, boing, boing. Put that in there and charge it. Look at that crap charge. Yeah. Glad I remembered I could do that. So that's going to save me a lot of heartache. So, we get this. We get our knife. I wish I wouldn't do that. But whatever. I just destroy them. Because, you know, I do have something of a sense of fair play. Just a little bit of fair play, though. Nothing too serious, I assure you. We'll need more than that, though. And a lot more effing fluix. Thankfully. Thankfully, we're working on that. So, we got our redstone here. Sort that out. And I'll come back when all that's said and done, because sitting here watching this is gonna be boring. Back in a moment. And I return! As you see, making the annihilation planes once and for all. This we're also probably gonna need terminal. So, you know, we'll get all that squared away once we get this gathered up. Why is it pushing it like that? I don't get it. Oh well, who cares? Got sludge. Don't nobody care as long as we got sludge. Good. Actually, let's just... We got that in that we need. There we go. Now that that's out of the way, we can put down our annihilation planes. With these, we should be able to completely misplace one of them. Of course. There we go. Righto, now then. We got that. Boing. Should be making more fluix crystals. Yes. Excellent. We'll get a couple more of these wonderful little things. And granted, I probably could have done this with pistons, but whenever I farm cane, I do that every time anyway, so kind of old hat for me and kind of dull. And I like trying new things, and this is most assuredly a new thing for me. I haven't been playing with Applied Energistics 2 all that much, outside of, you know, storage. And that's pretty much it. So, I've got one line of those set up. Let me gather some things to make what I need to create the terminal and storage thingy, and I shall return duly. Back in a moment. Oh, that was a friggin' trial. Anywho, we got everything we need. Got a barrel for storing our cane. We've got... Actually, can I... To lock it. There we go. And we've got a storage bus to hold it. And to create the to complete the ME thing, a crafting terminal. Because those are the only terminals I will ever use. Anywho, this thing's been dutifully producing sludge, which is good, because the more sludge we've got, the more ethanol we've got. And the more ethanol we've got to start with. Which is very important. Because if we've got lots of ethanol to start with, we're going to have, you know, a lot of leeway for things to get built up. So, the next thing we shall require is, actually, let me water this and make sure it's all working. Because it should be. Yeah, just heard it. And bam! Okay, good. We've got two. So, am I going to grind this, or am I just going to craft it? Honestly, That's a tough call. That is a really tough call. I don't know. Because on one hand, crafting would probably take fewer steps, but grinding would get us more. Crafting would be faster, though. You know what? We've got a gasoline engine. Why don't we use that thing? This will start picking up in a bit, anywho. So now I get to introduce you guys to my good friend, the gasoline engine. Please ignore the cat. Now then, ignition unit. Need to make that. Make a gasoline engine. Cylinders. What cylinders here do we have? Shaft. Yeah, I accidentally made a whole bunch of shafts. Do not right-click in this area. It will make a full stack of it. I learned that mistake. I learned from that mistake. Let me assure you. Ran out of steel. Which, as you might guess, ain't good. Ain't a good thing to have happen. And let's see here. Impeller. We got our 2x-gear unit. Need a gold ingot. And need to make some base panels. Toki, brother. And gasoline engine. As you can see, 128 Newton meters of torque, 512 rads a second speed. And for our good friend the grinder, that should be perfect. 128 Newton meters of torque, 128 Newton meters of torque. It's worth 4 of these. So, now that we've got that all nice and squared away, we'll now get to work on our grinder. Grinder, of course, will require some gears, 2 saws. Got that gear. We'll need 3 base plates. There we go. Sorry, finger's a little derpy. And 2 steel. That should be all we need for our grinder. So we got that, and bam, grinder. So, pop down here. Now, where exactly will we put our grinder? We will probably put it rather close to this thing, just to, you know, make life simple on us. So, let's do it here. And we'll put our engine here. This way when we set up our pneumatic item pumps. In fact, let's do that now. That's the wrong way. We should be going that way and this way. So when we get our pneumatic item pumps, it'll be all nice and simple. Won't need to go as far. Actually, let's save 1 pump. Put our grinder. I don't think it technically matters, you know, where the pump is located in respect or with respect to the grinder, just so long as it's, you know, touching it. So this will then need to go like this. Actually, let's transport from the bottom, considering we can do that, and it'll make things look nicer. Nope. There we go. So, dig a hole. Digging a hole. Let's get our screwdriver out, put a wrench in there, water, and should be going that way. I can't tell which way that's going. Not the right way. There we go. So we get that. Rotate it this way. There we go. There we go. Now the pneumatic item pump need to go that way. And then I can't tell which direction that is. That's down. That's not the way we need to go. This is up. Also known as the way we need to go. So We'll get that going that way. We'll re-rotate. There we go. And we'll get our pump going that way. And we're down one. Damn. Well, no. Not a huge problem, honestly. Could be a lot worse. So we'll get that. We'll need to for the DC engine that'll run this thing. And we'll kind of expand it a little bit. Just to make sure we've got everything where it needs to be so we can, you know, screwdriver things and whatnot. So, let me go craft a few things and I'll be right back. And we're back. I am making some more DC engines. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That should get us all of our engines. And I need 2 more redstone. Because I miscalculated like a derp. There we go. Got 2 DC engines. Should have some spare levers. There, that. There we go. Now we should be able to pneumatic item pump things about. Put you here. Leave here maybe. And that'll transfer our sugarcane into this. And then we'll add our thing there. And then rotate. And that's running. Yep, okay, it is running. Just have to make a bit of a visual confirmation just to make sure. Last thing I want to get bit by is because I didn't do my due diligence. So, we go back upstairs, put this crap in here. I'll need more pneumatic item pumps, or I'll need to use some more of them later. So, now that we've got those out of the way, we now need to use some of our ethanol. We'll just grab a stack. We're currently burning more anyway. And put it into our gasoline engine. As you can see, a stack of this stuff lasts about an hour. Pretty good staying power, if you ask me. And that's what I like about it. And it grinds it all up. And doesn't do anything. This should be working. Oh! I know why. Ha! Excuse me. Again, derp. We need to place our DC engine here. Because that's where the item pump begins. And that should be transporting it out of there. There we go. And that's sending it to our fermenter, making us yeast. Excellent. Actually, I may switch this pump facing this way? Yes, this way. And we'll dig this one. Get that block with that. Yeah, I spewed dirt everywhere, but whatever. No huge deal. And really, it wasn't that much dirt anyway. So we got that. I'll just put that there as a placeholder. We're gonna want that there. Kind of light this place up a little bit more. And to go and make sure we haven't spewed any dirt over here. Okay, good. That way, when we need to, we can place... Actually, let's do that now, so we don't have to. This will place our yeast. Let's key that. Don't really need or MBT, use or dictionary, whatever. Actually, I don't even really need to do that. How am I going to get power to it? Let's get the redstone torch for this. Put it there. Then we should be able to put a DC motor there, which will then transport the yeast up to here. And we'll actually put that there. And we got more sludge. Excellent. And no, you can't put sludge directly into the grinder. I'm sorry, the engine. Oh my god, where am I today? Anywho, we got our sugar there. It's automatically making yeast, which is exactly what we want. We'll harvest these since they're there. And just kind of waiting for my gentle hand. And that probably came out way wrong, but who cares? And replant. And redstone seeds planted. There we go. And let's pop upstairs. There we go. And store all this rubbish. Yeah, no, I've got spare yeast in there or whatever. Not a big deal. Let's get that bit of ethanol we've already got produced. Let's take it downstairs and fill it up even more, because why not? I'm gonna need a DC engine again. Boing. Which means shaft. Have any use for it? No. Only 1, 2, 3, 4 Hisla. 2 base panels. 2 redstone. Let's just use the spare torch I've got, whatever. I'm glad NEI's being quite responsive today. Very different from how it normally is. So we've got our DC motor there. Got a bit of dirt there. And we should be able to then place our torch, which is now transferring the yeast over. 61 yeast. Oops. Forgot about that setting. Anyway, yeast is in there, which should now be producing sludge. And our sludge will now need to be pumped into a furnace. Ow. And let's see here. Oh. So let's get ourselves another shaft. I know I don't have enough base plates for this, so put in slaw. Got that, and 2 more redstone. But yet another DC engine. And we're gonna need 2 of these chests. I had, my little wall of chests there. It was all upgraded, so I'll be using leftovers from that. And we'll store the dirt. Don't really need the dirt. And I do plan on pretty much using exclusively vanilla and rotary craft to do all this. So, now that we've got that, what's the next thing we're gonna need? Furnace. Furnace. Well then, how are we gonna power the furnace? Well, you could make a coal crop, but that would be inefficient. And that's not really how we want to be. So, now that we're gonna be item pumping our things into this, let's put it here. Make our pneumatic item pump, which is going to be in the wrong area, so let's put Actually, let's get the other things we're going to need. We're going to need 2 hoppers. And going to need 2 hoppers because rotary craft is just the slightest bit derpy occasionally, because its pneumatic item pumps will force things into slots, and that's not something we want. We don't want things, you know, unwillingly forced into slots. Not good. So, I'm gonna pop down here. Let's see here. Our furnace is probably gonna need to be one lower. Actually, it's gonna need to be 2 lower, I think. And that's in the way. Hooray! So, you know what? The hell with this. I'm gonna pop this there. We can kind of take it out here. That's fine. Let's dig out a little 3x3 area here, just to give us plenty of room to work in. Oh, there we go. Pop a torch around here somewhere. There we go. Yeah, we've got a furnace, hopper, and gold chest, which will be being pumped into. Now then, now that we've got that sorted out, we're going to need another chest, which shall go here with our hopper. You know, normal vanilla automation 101. That really anybody should know by now. So we're gonna kind of seal this up just a tad. Not all the way. Because we're gonna need to test to make sure everything works. So we're gonna get our things going exactly the wrong direction, but that doesn't matter that much. Actually, yeah, it does. I'm gonna be anal about that. So we're gonna get our boing, 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 boing. There we go. Ag. And nope. And there we go. And that should transport the sludge out. We'll whitelist the sludge. And we'll need to use metadata. Don't need to bother with NBTs though. As you can see, sludge will be pouring into here, which will then go into the furnace, which we shall be powering with rotary craft. But first things first, got to put our DC engine onto the thing, otherwise it will not function, which isn't something we want. So we get our there we go, and it's transporting, and there we go, and it should be flowing into the furnace. Excellent. Now then, we got that running, we've got this running. Everything seems to be going more or less according to plan. I think you can power applied energistics using rotary craft, but it's a little bit expensive. So between this episode and next, I'll have to end this here, unfortunately, because I got things I need to take care of. But anywho, between this episode and next, I should get some more rotary craft things finished. I should get this more or less finished up. I'll show you guys how it works, and honestly, I think it's really cool. But, you know, that's just me. So, I will catch you guys later, and have fun out there.